So glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the State Palace Theater here in beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana, for a much-anticipated main event. 12 rounds of heavyweight action between these two great warriors.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Big George Форман. And his opponents, fighting out of the blue corner, Bad Intentions.
All right, fellas, remember my instructions in the dressing room. Let's have a good, clean fight, all right?
When you get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about, it's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number one. Many may believe that in a matchup like this, power puncher versus power puncher, that he who has more power wins. But in a way, is it as simple as saying he who has more fundamentals wins?
Yes, absolutely. He who has a missile to get that bomb to the target, he's going to win.
Holy cow! George Формan stunned and he is hurt. Down he goes in the early goings here. Able to get up to his feet after that knockdown, but Teddy, it's what's ahead that's the problem.
Yeah, we're getting a peek right now into his heart, into his soul.
Blocks away that headshot. The old-timers will love that right there. The right hand and the left hook to the head. Oh, very nice. Smart counterpunch there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You make the guy miss, you make him pay.
Halfway through round number one. There he goes with the right hand again. Gets rid of that effort. George Формan, of course, took part in one of the most famous fights of all time, the Rumble in the Jungle. What could he have done differently to have changed that outcome?
Nothing. Ali got into his head. That Ali made him believe that he could not beat him. That Ali made him believe that he had to submit. Because for years after that, days and hours and years, he had to deal with the knowledge that he gave in to a guy who was more together mentally than he was.
Threw the straight right hand, but didn't score with it. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot, and then comes back with an uppercut. He got hit, but he sends it right back. Nice block by Bad Intentions. Blood coming from the nose of Big George Формan. Bad Intentions is starting to bleed from the nose. His corner should be wary of that. End of the round. So he scores the knockdown and now heads back to his corner. Teddy, do you ever have to calm a guy down after he scored a knockdown?
That's a really great point, because a lot of times that can be the turning point, but not for your guy that scored the knockdown, for the other guy. Because sometimes when you score a knockdown, you start to think it's going to be an easy night. And you forget what you knew when you came in. That it wasn't going to be an easy night. You're going to have to bring all the tools out of the tool shed. And it's important to remember that.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. That uppercut absolutely rocked him. Well, I don't like the way his legs look at all right now. George Forman's got to deal with the swelling now. We'll see how he reacts. You think back to George Формan and his early days, and I think One of the visions that most fans remember is holding that tiny little American flag in the Mexico City Olympic Games in 1968 after claiming gold.
You know, that's an interesting point because Foreman's not known as a guy with great personality. You know, he's a guy who's a disdainful-looking guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of reminds you almost of a Sonny Liston. He tries to intimidate you. He does intimidate you with his power, with his size. But at that moment, he showed that he has personality, that it's inside him.
Well-placed counterpunch by Bad Intentions. Teddy, I think he really concentrated a lot during camp on working on the jab. I mean, just look at the punch stats here, Teddy. Just look at what he's been able to do. Wow! He is not in good shape. He could be on the deck in moments. And there's a clinch after clearly being damaged.
Hey, no holding, no holding.
Like
Come on,
Flowers
punch it out.
need rain.
That wasn't able to land. Good defense, just covering up down low. Able to counter that attack. Each man able to land an uppercut. Accurate counter punch by Bad Intentions.
More movement, head movement. Keep your head moving. Body shot. Don't stay in one spot.
Final 10 seconds of round number 2. Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Teddy, why is it in boxing that there are so many distinct styles that are defined by geography or culture or ethnicity, where we have a Mexican-styled fighter, an Eastern European, you know, upright fighter, an American-styled fighter? Why is that?
Because you are influenced by your surroundings, by the temperament of the people in your surroundings. Aggressive people, aggressive style. Very thoughtful people, people that are very cerebral, well, you're going to have a defensive style. You're going to have a very careful style. It's going to fit right in.
George Foreman still shaking after feeling that uppercut. Good looking right hand after he got hit. Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him. Good looking counter punch.
You're taking too many punches. Hands up.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. That punch just close.
Keep the head moving. Keep your distance.
with that uppercut by George Foreman. 10 seconds remaining in this round. Coming to the end of this round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, a round like that where it's a lot of busy activity and both guys being busy. When you were a trainer, are those the kind of rounds that you prefer, or do you like the pace to be a little slower? Does it depend on each guy?
No, if I have a fight, I'd rather have a guy fighting a guy that you never see him. Leave me the heck alone. And where I'm in control all the time. But the fans love to see a fight like that.
Parries that punch intended for the head. Nice block by Foreman. Just not there. Straight right hand off the mark. Good shape. He could be on the deck in moments. Foreman's just trying to push away. He wants to breathe a little. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Comes right back with a big blow up top. The tactical game paying off. You can see the counter punch.
Yeah, you see the counter punch, but you know what I see? I see a little tentativeness now in him because he's afraid to let anything go, because when he misses, bang, it gets caught.
Good looking counter punch. Didn't get it done going to the body there. Blocks the headshot. Good looking counter punch. Just off the mark with that punch. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Targeted counter punch by Bad Intentions. 10 seconds to go in this round. So the end of the round. And now a chance to put the pieces back together. He got stunned in that last round.
Yeah, well, he has to get those birds out of his head right now. You know, open that cage up and let him fly out there. And the best way to do that is find out why he got stunned. What did he get hit with?
Foreman's night is now starting to snowball downhill on him. Things haven't been going well. He's taken some big shots, and he's behind on the scorecards.
Right now, he needs to look for a trick, a little bit of a spot. He's not going to win the fight with his jab. It's too late for that. He's not going to win it by putting punches together to the body on the inside. He needs to find a way to land a big shot, and I think it can happen. It can happen with a left hook when his opponent throws that uppercut. Maybe just time him and catch him with that perfect shot.
That is a big right hand after eating one himself. George Foreman's now in a position where he may not even realize it, but the eye is getting worse. Still, he fights on.
He behaves like a fighter, and that's the greatest asset you have. It's not your jab, it's not your hook, it's not your power, it's not your footwork. It's your ability to behave like a fighter when you have to. He's doing that right now.
Halfway through this round. George Foreman's cheek is cut, and you can see it's opening up now. Boy, that could be a factor later on. Nice block. Oh, and there you go. Big George Foreman with a big, angry hook. Unable to score with the uppercut that time. What guts it takes, what commitment it takes to keep up with this kind of a pace. The action's been nonstop.
Now, the one thing I can tell you is this is where you don't worry about pace. You don't think about pace. Otherwise, you could not be doing what these guys are doing. They're just going round to round.
What a fight. What a great, great, non-stop action fight this has been. Comes back with an overhand right.
Keep your hands up. He's got it.
Final 10 seconds of this 5th round. End of the round here, and as I glance around ringside and look at the judges, I'm wondering what they're writing down, because that was a tough round to score.
Yeah, it was, and you know, it's the kind of round where one guy would be really smart to take a page out of the book of Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, where Leonard stole rounds at the end, where he just clipped off 30 seconds, and that's exactly what the judges remembered.
Looks like he has some blood under his eye, around the cheek. George Foreman's now fighting 2 opponents. The man opposite him and his eye swelling.
Yeah, but you can't panic, Joe. This is boxing, you know, this is not the opera. These things happen, and champions win under these conditions. So right now, believe it or not, strategy, you got to stay calm. And you got to start thinking, okay, it's this eye that's swollen. I'm going to keep the fight on the side of the ring where I can see with my good eye. You got to really think that clearly in these kind of conditions.
Comes right back with a shot of his own. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
Reaching the halfway point of round number 6. Good job protecting himself. There's a taste of the sweet science. You see the skill he has in counterpunching.
And you know what he's doing is taking his opponent's jab away.
Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. A headshot blocked. Blocks that belt line well. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Bad Intentions is stunned and staggered. Foreman's mounting a comeback here, Teddy. Things were going
busy,
against
guys.
him.
Come on now, come
now
on.
The tide is turned.
Good things come to those who wait, or those who persevere. He persevered, good things are happening.
Oh, counter punch up top. Teddy, making predictions in boxing is often a dangerous task, but I'll make one right here that seems pretty obvious to me as we come to the end of that round here. This fight is going to be a brutal display as long as it lasts.
It's kind of like going and watching that home run contest. Nobody's trying to hit singles or doubles. You know they're all going for the fences.
Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. He just missed that shot up top. He got rocked earlier in this fight. I don't see him changing much up, Teddy. Would you be advising him that now is time for an adjustment?
Well, you have to have a plan B, maybe even a plan C when you come into it. Maybe he doesn't have one. Now, if he doesn't have one, you're not going to tell him to start changing up, because then you're basically saying, I don't know what to do, but, you know, we're in trouble.
Targeted counterpunch by Bad Intentions. Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great chins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
Tough spot now. There's no doubt about it that the eye has worsened. That cut is really looking ugly right here. What does he have to think about right now? Is it time to just take the realization that, hey, this fight could end at any moment?
Yeah, well, there's two things to that. First of all, the cutman's done his job. He's put the coagulants in there. Now he has to give them time to work. He's got to be elusive. He can't get hit on it for a little while. But also, he has to find a way for offense to stem the tide, to keep the opponent from just walking right in.
Good-looking counterpunch. The counter. Good looking right hand after he got hit. Round comes to an end. And that's one of those rounds, Teddy, that just takes on a certain style, a certain characteristic, and that was a busy one.
Yeah, it was a busy one. Look, Joe, you don't have to look for these guys. They're right there in front of you.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think sometimes you just get those rounds where it all happens?
Because of styles. You know, styles make fights. In this case, you're seeing proof of that right there. Both guys that are aggressive, both guys that are very confident.
Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head.
Keep your hands up. Back to the body.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by George Foreman. Able to defend and then go on the offensive. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. The halfway point of round number 8. Oh! George Foreman's cracked by a right hand. Oh, that's gotta hurt. George Foreman stunned and staggered. Oh, George Foreman is hurt here, and he's going to look to waste some time and gather some strength by hugging his opponent.
And that's what he's going to do, is use that strength. And you just said it, Joe. Use it to hug him so tight that the referee has to come in there with a crowbar to separate them.
This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, when special events have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. Not able to land the uppercut. Good-looking counter punch. Ten seconds remaining in this round. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. And we come to the end of the round, and he really got to his opponent that time, Teddy. He stunned him.
Oh, he stunned him. He's hearing a little tweeting going on, a little singing from the birds in his head.
George Foreman's just not putting forth the offense that he needs to put forth to be competitive here. Now, his opponent did some good damage earlier in the fight, but still, if he wants to get back in the mix, he's got to meet him punch for punch.
Well, that's over with now. You know, what this is all about makes me think about pool a little bit. You remember Minnesota Fat Fight?
Punches in bunches and some serious damage being done.
He's putting them together beautifully.
Trying to go downstairs, but off target. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by George Foreman. Able to counter that attack. Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. Throws a counter punch there. I think it has come to that point. He's behind on the cards. He's just got to be. Going to take a knockout to win this?
Yeah, I think so. And it's going to take a certain kind of attitude or strategy, a change in strategy. You go into the fights, you don't look for a knockout. You're looking to use your jab. You're looking to set up punches. You're looking to go rounds. Right now, he's got to find a way to get a knockout. Look for one punch. One big punch right now.
Blocks that punch. There's a taste of the sweet science. You see the skill he has in counterpunching.
And you know what he's doing? He's taking his opponent's jab away.
Good, strong uppercut. He comes right back with it after taking one. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. We come to the end of this round. Teddy, a round in which maybe a lot of trainers don't like to see because it was a very busy round for both guys.
Well, it depends what kind of style, what kind of strength your fighter has, or even what kind of weaknesses. If I had a guy who likes to box, who likes to counterpunch, I want a guy coming at him. Not with a lot of TNT in his gloves, but coming forward where my guy is well suited, he can pick him off a little bit.
Well, we told you, once again he goes down. Can he survive this?
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So that's it. Unable to rise up and beat the count. A knockout victory.
Walked right into that one.
Let's make it official. And for that, we send it up to our ring announcer. Bad Intentions is your winner by knockout, Teddy.
When we came in wondering whether or not his opponent had a good chin, we found out.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Always enjoy you tuning in. We'll see you next time at the fights.